Hello and welcome, this is Roy at NinjaZola90, and today I will be reviewing the LEGO Bionicle Toa Mata, or, well, just, original Toa Onua figure. And, yeah, this is one of the original Bionicle Toa from back in 2001 I've been having for a very long time, and I am super excited to be reviewing them for you guys today. So without further ado, let's get started. And now starting things off with the canister here. As you can see, we have a picture of Onua front and center. As you can see, he is digging his way out of an underground chasm. He is the Toa of Earth and defender of the underground village of Onukoro, or aka Onuwahi. As you can see, it also has the old LEGO Technics branding, which they did away with once they got to the Toa Nuva line. But anyway, we have the Bionicle logo right there, and we have the set number. This would have been set number 8532, well, 8532, ages 7+, which, yeah, I'm old enough to be having this by now. But anyway, it says it has 30 pieces, and of course we have the LEGO logo right there, which I have also stated I am not that big of a LEGO person. I am not that big of a LEGO collector. This is not a LEGO channel. Well, I just mainly review like action figures and like video game stuff. But anyway, we have the little side pictures there. We showing you how the canisters crash landed out of the sky and washed ashore on the island of Matanui, and in out popped all 6 original Toa technically. And yeah, showing you Onua, how it would come out of the canister once you have them together. This would have came with a poster, and of course the sleeve displays all 6 Toa and their mask on the side of the canister, so you can take a look at that and see how all 6 of them would have looked. So let's open up the canister, and as you can see, the top of the canister has this little plaque where you could, or faceplate, where you can put the his mask and display it if on the top of the canister if you want, or you can get the heads of all 6 Toa and display them on the top of the canisters as well. But anyway, let's get Onua out of his canister, and let's put his arms on. So let's close up this canister. Alright, let's put his arms on, put his hand claws in there, and connect them like so. Easy peasy. All I have to do is put them in like that, and then connect like so. Of course, I could have taken them like apart completely, but yeah, I'm not doing that. Especially, I'm not popping his arms and legs out of these ball joint connectors, because the older ball joint connectors are prone to breaking. And yeah, I really don't want to do that, especially how, judging by how old and hard to get well, they're not technically all that much hard to get, but yeah, they don't, LEGO just doesn't make them anymore. Talking about the original Toa sets. But anyway, bring them up closer so we can get a good look at them. As you can see, Onua here is, like I said, he is the Toa of Earth, which means he has power over like dirt and mud and stuff. And as you can see, his color scheme is black and dark gray. His mask is called the Kanoi Pakari, the Mask of Earth, and you can, as you can see, it's kind of like an elongated hexagon or like octagon shape. It's like an elongated like like that. As you can see, we have the little side vents in the mask, and we have some vents at the top, and we have his eye holes and the piece in the middle. So yeah, has some cool detailing to it. And of course, if we look on the inside, we even have the serial numbers for the piece, so you can know this one is legitimate. Now there is some mask you can buy on, like, I think I've seen them like Wish.com. They're not technically a official Lego mask, but they're definitely Bionicle masks, and they are compatible with like the Bionicle figure, like Bionicle heads, like the older ones. So if you want like some interchangeable masks, you can get them from Wish.com. I mean, although they're bootleg, but yeah, they work. But anyway, getting back to the figure and taking a look at the figure. As you can see, Onua here is one of the shorter ones out of the original Toa, alongside Pahatsu. As you can see, he kind of has this sort of hunched over stature, where by the way his head connects to his body, he's a little bit different than the, I would say, other 5 or other 4, because Pahatu's kind of the same way. He's a little bit shorter and hunched over, but his body attaches differently. But I mean, his head attaches differently to his body than Onua here. But as you can see, his head attaches to his body through this piece right here, this axle rod connector, where you would have this piece that goes into the axle rod socket right here, and it basically plugs into the connector in the middle of his chest, and then yeah, you just slip his head on. And of course, from the eye stock, and of course these eye stocks have been in there since I first put them together way back in 2001, and have not been taken out since, because yeah, I do not know how to remove eye stocks from original Bionicle Toa heads. So unless Lego makes a special tool for that, yeah, they're going to be in there for like forever. But anyway, getting back to this figure, going over articulation, as I mentioned before, the original Bionicle sets, or figures, or figure sets, whatever you want to call them, has very minimal articulation, because basically you just connect the arms and legs simply to the ball joint sockets, and you just attach the ball joint sockets to the body via the axle rod connectors. So technically, we have the classic gear function, like so we can turn the gear on the back and to swing around his digging claws, or his, claws, or his hand claws, whatever you want to call them. And basically they attach with the axle rod connectors. So we just plug them into his hands, like so. We just plug them into his arms technically. But of course we have these clips in the middle, these clip holes in the middle of his wrist as well. So if we want to use like a clip piece and attach like other like weapons and stuff, we could. But his hand cross technically is his weapon. But anyway, we have the ball joint connectors there on his shoulders, so we can see them. You can see his bigger, more massive gear. In the back, where we have the longer axle rod connector that connects the gear function to the gearbox in the top torso. So basically, yeah, you would put all that together yourself. I know how to put together the original Toa Mata gearbox. I've done that many times, so I know how it goes together. So yeah, I'm well knowledgeable on that by this point. But anyway, going over articulation, the arms are on ball joints, while just mainly the arms and the shoulders. So we can move them, move the arms forward like so, and then back like so, and then you can move them like out to the side like a little bit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And we can basically cross them over if we want to, like so. So yeah, as you can see, we got very minimal articulation, but still we get a good little range nonetheless. And of course, the legs are on ball joint sockets that attach to the hips, as you can see from the axle rod connectors, like so. You just simply attach them like so, as you can see. And basically, you can just move it forward and back very slightly, like so. As you are seeing, we can do the splits if we want to, and I just accidentally pulled his leg off. Oh boy, he wouldn't let me put that back on. So yeah, we can do the splits like so, and bring him back up. Of course, we can rotate his hips all the way around at full 360, and his leg came off again. Same is true with the other side. And like I said, move forward and back slightly. And of course, his feet are on ball joints as well. So he can point his feet forward like so, and then up again, and we can rotate them all the way around a full 360. So yeah, that pretty much concludes it for detail and articulation with this figure. And if I have to give this one a final score based on how well it's held up over the years, I would have to give it 5 out of 5 stars, because I find like the original Bionicle Toa sets, you know, especially, you know, with the ball joint connectors being prone to breaking, and that being a notorious issue with the older ball joint connectors, I find that my original Bionicle Toa Mata has held up very well over the years, so therefore, yeah, I have to give it a higher score for that. But as far as detail articulation and playability goes, I still gotta give it 5 out of 5 stars for that, and give it a lot of leeway, because these are older sets, are older figures from way back in 2001, so I really can't hold these up to modern standards, so that's why. But still, I would say these are good for what they are. Now, they have gone up in price over the years on the aftermarket, so if you really want to get your hands on the original Bionicle Toa Mata, and you haven't really gotten to Bionicle, they're gonna cost you like around the $20 range. But originally, the original MSRP for these figures, as far as I can remember, was about $7-8. So they really weren't that expensive at all. But that was like way back in 2001. But yeah, I still think these figures are good for what they are, even for the $20 aftermarket price point. But that's up to you. But you know, the Bionicle series, you know, isn't for everybody, but it's definitely a very interesting series to dive into. Especially with all, you know, the big, long, drawn-out backstory and all the lore. It is very interesting to read about it and get into it and learn about, you know, the Toa and the Matoran and Turaga and the Great Spirit Natanui, which the original island was named after, and the evil Makuta and the Brotherhood of Makuta, and the whole battle with good versus evil with that whole series. So that's a definitely a very like I said, interesting series to get into. But anyway, guys, if you made it this far into the video, thank you guys all so much for watching. Your viewership is much appreciated, and that really helps out this channel. And if you want to help out this channel even more, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, love you all, stay safe, God bless, and Stay positive, stay powered up, and peace out.